mid-century, last century, I was born. Some 12 years later, around the time Bob Dylan was singing at the Newport Folk Festival, my business partner, a Greek, an ABG, Australian-born Greek, was born. We travelled through our lives, and in 1990, he and I got together. He was a former protege for me. I was in a law firm at that time, heading the family law department, and we travelled through that department for some time. That's 28 years ago, we're still together. That firm developed and continued, and for the Australian people here, the firm is now called HWL Ebsworth. We are not in that firm, but apparently they are the largest law firm in Australia, and we're not there. The point of the story is in 2008, there was some interesting, robust, forward-thinking discussions between our partners and us, as a result of which we packed up the family law department, put a handle on it, and in 2005 we developed our firm, Berger Kordos Lawyers. And that has had a trajectory, and it's had a trajectory in terms of we are a boutique firm. We're 15 people, human beings together, of which probably 2/3 are professionals, people who do the work. The interesting thing about it is that when I've thought through the experience of what we've had, it's almost as though we took a baby home from hospital. We, the founders, very excited, extremely excited. Years 1 to 2 were fantastic. Busy. Can't remember sleepless nights, but I'm sure there was an aspect around that. Then the 2-year-old got into the 3 to 5 years. That wasn't bad either, but it seemed a bit rockier. It seemed a bit excitement, but not the same excitement, just a bit different. He was getting older, I was getting older. The people around us were coming and were going. We have now only 2 people who were with us at the beginning, with us now. The more interesting thing is that coincidentally to our baby, if I can call it that, I have a son in the practice who's a partner, he's 40 years old, and my partner Kordos has 2 of his sons in the practice. So the practice is getting older and developing, and our families are intersecting in the future. So we got to the stage where most families get to, we decided to move house. So we moved premises. And that was terrific, and that was challenging. So the 6 to 10-year-old was living in the new house with us, and we're sort of getting a little bit, yeah, okay, it's sort of good, it's terrific. Then I discovered Verisage, or more particularly Chisholm, had a word in my ear, and I decided the founders' relationship needed a bit of a boost. So the concept of value pricing was introduced, while the firm, baby, child, call it what you want, was in the not quite getting into the teens, probably the 9-year-old situation, 8, 9 years old. Nice firm, but not giving us the buzz. That caused an enormous challenge. Only by looking back can you see what the challenge was, because we weren't doing it in a vacuum. The world was moving as well, and the world was changing extraordinarily. We were in our new house, and that was terrific. We were also nurturing, the teenager. And that's what we've got. We've been in operation for 14 years, and we have a teenager. Who knows what the teenager's going to do? And in the midst of it, I've decided, after 45 years, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. We've both got progeny in the place. We have to plan the future. the estate planners would understand that, uh-oh, we've got a real issue here. So we're going through a stage now of the family law firm determining, are we talking succession? Are we talking transition? The answer, of course, is yes, yes, yes. And we're going through it with people who are assisting us, not counsellors, not psychologists, but we're dealing with people who are assisting us with the transition. The issue is, he and I are not together. We're now seeing that our different stages of life are not really assisting us, but we have to. So we're almost being forced to do what needs to be done, especially because we have family there. Now, this is so complicated and complex, but thanks so much.